Raven.
And I'm Farron here. And we have bought a house.
Finally.
It took 6 months. 6 months.
If you have been watching or listening to our podcast, you will know that in around February, I think it was, we announced that we would be buying our first home. But this whole process actually started way back in December 2023, and we are now filming this July 2024. We've had the house for 3 weeks now, and we've just been so busy and hectic and building work already starting that we hadn't been able to film yet. We're here, we're going to do a little house tour.
Oh yes.
Little progress update, all the good bits. And we've got lots of footage of us already tearing up carpets and
peeling off wallpaper, lots of intensive cleaning, that sort of thing. So we've got photos and some clips from day one, but we're going to pretend today is day one.
It feels like today is almost day one with how busy we've been. We've not actually spent much time in this house. I think we've probably spent, not even a whole day's worth of hours yet. So it's pretty neat, pretty fresh.
Exactly. The first major job we've had done is a full rewire from top to bottom, because this is an old house with very old electrics. And if you've got any idea of the setup we kind of want to have in our big studio room, then you'll know we're going to need a lot of plugs. And we do not want anything blowing up or us getting electrocuted, preferably. So that was the first job, and that's almost done. We've got a couple of days left to go on that. But the electricians have tidied up nicely, so it's clean enough to do a little video tour today and show you what we have to deal with.
The house was built in the early 1900s. When we got here, there was one plug socket in each room, and not like a single double socket. I mean, one socket that was like a light switch kind of socket,
Very nice.
So yeah, it's been a lot of work to just begin to get things ready. And we're having the rear wire done first because lots of holes have to be made in the walls. There's no point us doing nice plastering and then tearing bits out. So yeah, we've started the rewire. Well, we haven't. Electricians have started the rewire. But now we can do a little house tour.
Today's the day.
We have a house.
We have a house. We've bought a house that's a fixer-upper, you could say. And it's going to be a fun project.
It's funny because behind us right now, it doesn't actually look too bad. It's just the way that this is framed.
I picked the nicest angle.
It looks like we could just paint this and move in. But when we flip this around, you're going to be in for a little bit.
You're going to see the horrors.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Little house tour?
Should we have a little house tour?
Let's have a little house tour.
Let's go for it.
This is going to be our living room. Hopefully. So this used to be a smoker home, and as you can see by the lovely yellow colours in this corner, when we got the house, it was all this horrible, dark, grungy, sponge-coloured yellow.
Sponge-coloured
You know, like a cartoon sponge colour. That is all of these walls.
Yeah, it really is.
That colour. So we spent a long time cleaning them using bicarbonate soda spray. Thanks, Poundland. And it's almost white. It's
much better than it was.
I mean,
that's quite good.
And this is like a slightly off-white. But
I'm happy with that.
From that yellow, not bad.
I mean, look, you can see
bad.
where we've cleaned it before we gave up. Look at that difference.
It's disgusting, really. Isn't it?
I'll insert the beautiful footage of us squirting the walls and having them bleed yellow right here.
A nice little gas fireplace, and the thing with this is it looks lovely. It's very quaint, very cute. You can see how small it is next to me. I'm 5'7", so it's it's about knee height really. However, it's not hooked up safely. The lining in the middle is not done right, and the chimney at the top has cracks in it. So if we turn this on, I don't know how long we're going to be hanging around for. So we're going to be taking. It's like really expensive to fix it, and honestly, gas is very expensive to run at the moment. We're probably just going to have like a little electric fireplace, do you think?
I think
so. Is that good?
Yeah.
So yeah, as cute and quaint as this is, we'll have something similar. We'll keep this.
Yeah.
Definitely. We like a lot of, it's one of the reasons we picked this house is that it has the nice kind of hearth features and the picture rails.
Rustic aesthetics.
Yeah. Nice cottagey vibes. Yeah. All right, this floor. At some point, for an unknown reason, they decided to cover this half of the floor in concrete. And as you can see here, it kind of warbles and there's holes in the place. It's very bubbly and
look at the state of
I
that.
can't quite, it doesn't look as bad, but when you walk on this, it's almost sort of like gravel texture.
Yeah.
You know when you
Not
walk over
even.
gravelled floor, it's very much, It's just this front third, really. It could be a mixture of things. It could be water or damp leaking from the wall, from under the floorboard, no damp proofing put in, a mixture of things. So we're just gonna have to take it out and redo it, which is a bit of a job, but there's no other choice really. So, and when we have a really bad day at work, we can just come over hammer and start whacking it out. So it's all right now.
Absolutely.
Look at
that lovely mop
skirting.
and bucket. Oh, yeah, skirting. I suppose that's more helpful, isn't it?
So the hallway isn't too bad. We've just got to do a bit of skirting repair here and there. Right, here's the next big one. The kitchen.
Ta-da!
Me noticed we haven't got ceiling.
Bow, bow, bow.
When we bought this, it did have a ceiling, and it's full of cracks that look like they could be just about okay, very terrible. We had the electricians start about 2 weeks ago, was it a week ago? Don't know now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, yeah. And they called us within like an hour of being here from the starting and were like, this has got to go because it's going to fall down on someone, it'd be really dangerous. We were hoping that we could just put boards up, because normally when you've got cracks in a ceiling, if it's not dangerous, you can just put boards over it and it holds the rest of it up, and it's cheaper and easier than taking it all down because it's really messy. But because of the size and the weight of the ceiling, it was going to fall down behind the boards and then push all the new boards and plaster down with it, which with a nice new kitchen would have been a very horrible job. So we thought, you know what, actually, just take it out, do it, and yeah. So it means it's also been really much easier for them to put the cabling in as well, because
Yeah, it's
the ceiling's
convenient for the
exposed.
electricians.
We're gonna have, should we do a little kitchen rough layout?
Yeah, go for it.
We're gonna have the dishwasher and a combi washing machine tumble dryer in here, because we haven't got space for two separate ones. And the sink's gonna be the other way around, so the draining board will be on the other side. We have gas for now, but hopefully one day we can switch to a heat pump, so it looks a bit gnarly, but hopefully we can move it one day.
And look at all these exposed pipes.
I know.
Hideous.
It's bad, isn't it?
Hideous. They're everywhere. So we'll be getting rid of those. Woo! Hope we don't get motion sick.
Nice little 12. We've got a vent being put in up here. We're going to be keeping this nice natural area here.
Yes, it's a nice feature.
Orientation of like ovens and cabinets, we haven't decided yet. We're going to definitely have floor to ceiling cabinets, because I hate when you've got a kitchen and it's like, oh, they've got above cabinet space. You can't ever get to the things on top of the cabinets, and they get dusty and spiders. And just,
Filthy.
Just have
It's a
floor to
waste of
ceiling,
space.
and then you can still have things high up that you keep out of the way, but they're not dusty and gross. That's what we're going to have. But ideally, for the cat and the future cats, we're going to be making a hole in this wall, because this kind of tube shape here is our back garden. And so we can have a catio with that as the direct
Right in
entrance
there.
back out. So then we still have a separate runway outside, and then a separate stream for the cats, and it means we can still get out for the bins and all that sort of thing. So yeah, and we're having spotlights in here, I think
I think that was the plan, yeah.
4 or 6 spotlights. That'd be very nice as well.
And we're currently debating whether or not to put the fridge in this lovely little understairs cupboard. It's an option, but we're worried that the fridge might start like overheating, so.
Yeah, so because there's no ventilation in here, if we put the fridge in here, if you've ever felt the back of a fridge, despite them being so cold, the back of them is like scorching. So not only may it be a potential fire hazard, but it will just have to work far more to be able to keep cool, which is the whole point of the fridge. We could have it as like pot and pan and like a little pantry.
Little pantry cupboard. It's
storage
quite a big
also.
cupboard, to be fair. You fit a lot in there.
The alternative with this and the hallway is that we have this sort of boarded up. Then we can have cabinets that go all the way across.
Yeah.
And then, sort of Harry Potter style under the stairs, you can either have like a larger under the stair door area, or you can get, there's like a handle and you pull it out and it like pulls like a set of shelves out from underneath the stairs. I don't know what you call it. It's like a pulley. If you look at under stair storage, it's like, you pull it out from underneath there. So that's also
That's
an
quite
option.
handy. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a mixture of what we can both afford and what's going to work best. This has so much storage that you don't really get that much more kitchen space.
No.
But also, I've got a lot of pair of shoes, and currently we haven't decided where to put them. So having all that under stair space might be a good shout. Should we go up?
Yeah.
We do have a back garden, but it's a concrete backyard. It's not a garden.
It's not worth showing off
but
right now.
It's currently full of bags of rubble. So when that's cleared, we'll do like a nice decorating and building a back garden bit, but not yet.
These beautiful old. Oh, I almost upskirted you. Sorry. It's not that kind of channel.
All right. So technically, this is a 3-bedroom house. This is the third.
It's so small, I can't even get enough wider angle to show you how small it is.
This is the third bedroom, and
she is touching both walls.
like, to be honest, I don't know, you could fit a bed in here. You
See?
could fit a bed, and then you could penguin scooch down the side of it, but it's not really like a guest bedroom size.
No, like you'd have the bed and nothing else. But the thing is, you'd struggle to get the bed in because the doorway is really narrow.
It's tiny,
But it does have this cute little window at the top.
I definitely want to do some like stained glass painting on that.
The best bit, look at the ceiling.
It's cute, isn't it?
It's got a little sun on it.
Adorable.
It's my favourite bit.
So
small room.
So hopefully for this room, we're gonna have it as a bit of like a storage overflow room. So hopefully like, you know, extra wardrobe stuff, shoes, camping things, any extra craft stuff, cosplays, mannequin, sewing machine, you know, all that sort of stuff is hopefully gonna go in here, because we could have it as a guest bedroom, but honestly it's so small that, you know, you couldn't, I don't even know if you could fit a bed in here, honestly. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Oh, and something else, this wallpaper, see how it's really easy to dent?
There we go, look at that.
Normal wallpaper ain't like this.
It's bad, isn't
That's
it?
because this is all polystyrene. You know, like little packaging, polystyrene. And apparently...
Who puts that on your walls?
Well, apparently in the oldie times, they were like, great, it's a brilliant insulator. We'll just chuck it on all the walls and they'll be all insulated, which is true, except it's also incredibly flammable and it just falls apart. So the ceiling isn't, thankfully, it's with that horrible pattern stuff on it instead. But we will need to be taking it off. So that one hasn't got it, it's just
Weird, isn't it?
these two.
Useless.
So yeah, we ideally want to avoid any fire hazards, so that will also be coming off. Yep. You can see it all bubbling away here, where they've like plastered it onto the wall there.
Let's show them the greatest trouble in here though. Look at the state of that. So the
this-
electricians poured off the skirting boards there and half the wall came with it.
Like to really,
Just
is there like a stick or
crumbles.
something? Is that like a bit of, yeah, that's good.
So our builder has a really fun job ahead with that.
Like it's not just falling apart, it's
just
literally
dust.
It's dust. It's like sand.
Yeah.
Compact.
Really bad.
So yeah, we
And that might be the whole way under all of this wall with the stupid polystyrene on it. So that's all coming off and gonna cost us a lot of money, lovely. It might be time to start a Patreon, babe.
yeah. We need to have donations.
Yeah.
Bathroom?
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Thankfully, the bathroom's one of the few rooms that's alright. It's quite small. Stand more this end, you can see a bit more. Yeah, it's, you know, it's alright.
It's small, but it does the job.
The tiles there curve.
Oh, they do. You know what? I hadn't noticed that
I
before.
hadn't noticed that.
They kind of push inwards a bit, don't they?
Yeah. The tile's not matching the end of the bathtubs a little bit.
That is annoying.
But you know,
It's functional. It's not an urgent job,
No.
you know.
it works as a bathroom.
Exactly. We hate the taps.
Yeah, look how tiny. You got
Yeah,
like,
you've got no room to put your
that's
little.
still going.
Go on, turn it on.
Look,
at
you've
that.
got to like put your hands up. It's so
Yeah, there's no room.
close
No room at all.
to underneath.
So that is an urgent thing that must be fixed because that's highly annoying.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's a functional bathroom. It's got a toilet that flushes. I think there's a screw in the toilet at the moment.
There's a screw in the toilet.
I noticed it earlier.
That's not going to be in there.
It wasn't here the last time I came here.
It's not going to be in there. Well, this is a real.
I'm going to show them the trip hazard in a minute. 'Cause this is my favourite
yeah.
element of the house. So let's say you're coming out of your bathroom in here, right? You turn right and you go here. Look at this monstrosity. There's a step.
God forbid.
There's a step right here over the stairs. If you trip on that step, You're going straight down the bloody stairs.
We'll have to have a baby rail at the top for you.
Yeah, just in case. It's just as well we don't drink, because we would be down like those stairs in no time.
Right.
Okay.
This room is pretty bad.
It is bad, isn't it? It looks worse every time I look at it.
Yeah, this is going to be our bedroom. So there is a room bigger than this, but we'll get to that. This is going to be our bedroom. We've taken all the wallpaper off and we'll put in some clips now. Oh yeah, it looks loose now. You can see it like bubble. What is that? It's like a paint tin.
Yeah. It's a drum.
A drum.
It's a drum. Here we go. You ready? You ready?
Cats!
We found cats!
Oh, little green
This
cats!
is the first one yet!
Oh my god!
Oh, it's a cat on a drum!
Oh my god!
Woo-hoo!
Oh my god!
Why would you cover that up?
Oh my god! Look at
Oh, that's the best kitty wallpaper I've ever seen.
I don't want to get rid of it. It's the wallpaper. It's probably the only thing in the cleaning we've done, really.
There were like 4 or 5 layers of wallpaper.
It
on
was
these
like going
walls.
back in time, like going through each generation and what the theme was,
Yeah.
what the trends were.
Each layer was like another decade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was great.
So yeah, this wall is a problem. So when we bought the house and we came to view it, this was all still wallpapered. And it was like peeling away at the top a little bit, like a corner coming out that far. And there was a plug socket here, which every time you touched this wall, rubber would fall down, like onto the plug socket, which is a terrible hazard. So when we bought it, we pulled it off and it's just exposed brick underneath it.
Nothing on it whatsoever.
And this as well, just kind of, it's not great, honestly. And it's full of cracks. This has got a crack,
Yeah.
crack there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cracks in the wall that are like, you know, substantial.
There'll be one more crack in here when you get in here. Bum, bum,
That is
bow.
horrendous. We're taking that out. Terrible. I can't go anywhere with you. That's not put in properly. Ceiling's damp, and that's because there's a chimney here, and at some point it's leaked, and so now I've got a lovely damp patch here, so that can be fixed. And then also there's a massive hole here. So the hatch to the attic was here, and it was like that wide. I definitely couldn't fit up
It
there.
was really small.
So
I went up
we-
there once and it was incredibly tight.
Yeah, so we're moving the hatch because we're going to have this as a bedroom. We don't really want the attic hatch in the bedroom. So that's going to be moved into the hallway. But for now, we have a massive hole. And I'll put some pictures. I've taken some flash pictures of the attic. It's actually a really big space up there. But an attic conversion is about £25,000. And we don't have that kind of. I mean, if someone has £25,000 and they'd like to have an attic conversion, then go for it. But
Put the donation link in the bottom.
no, it's a lot of money. So you know, one day we will have that done. But for now, because the rest of the house realistically needs about £20,000 done to it, the attic conversion is going to have to wait.
Yeah,
But,
it's a job
you
for
know,
another day.
We'll come back in a few years' time and we'll do an attic conversion. So yeah, that's this room. We're going to have this room dark blue.
Yeah.
Very much like astrologian themed.
Dark blue, golden accents. It's gonna be
Suns
beautiful.
and moons and
Yep.
all that sort
It's
of
gonna be nice.
stuff.
It'll be small but cozy.
That's the thing. Like everyone, all our families come to see it. When they first saw this, they were like, "This is going to be your office," and
Every
the room
single
on the end
one.
is going to be the bedroom. And to be honest, I'm in my bedroom to sleep, and it's nighttime. And so if it's a lovely, beautiful room, you're not going to see it. You know, you don't get the value out of it. As actually, we're going to be spending all our time in the office and having to store all our photography stuff and everything. So it makes sense to have a bedroom, nice little small room.
Exactly. And on that note,
And it's nice, cozy as well.
it is cozy. It'll be lovely when it's done.
So we show the attic hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Go through. So that's going to be the new hatch. And we've got quite a big one as well, because like often attic hatches are really small, but you've got to put like loads of big boxes and stuff like that, so there's no point of being tiny.
Yeah.
So
Before we get there, I want to point out the useless alcove. Look at this.
it's not useless. We can put.
Look how narrow
we can
this
put a
little
box
space
for
is.
Joey there.
Oh, we could actually.
I do, just
the litter
about.
tray.
Look, I literally, that is the width of me.
It is. You can just about fit in there.
If you've got to size up any clothes for me, just measure this.
Yeah.
Be like, will it fit her? Yeah,
That's
that's
so
about right.
funny.
It's literally
Yeah.
like, it's
Just
tiny.
It's tiny little space.
You can
But
put
we
a-
can fit a
yeah,
little
tray in
bookshelf or something in there maybe. Oh, my favourite room. Give us a twirl.
This is where the magic's going to happen. Quite literally. So this is going to be our office. It's very echoey.
It is.
More echoey than any of the other ones.
What have we got so far?
So this room isn't too bad. We've removed the carpet from this room, which was a hideous red colour. So we put some
it's
pictures of
horrible.
that up. There's some great footage of me ripping carpets up. Almost all the way.
Easy.
So yeah, we're having a ton of sockets in here because we're going to have all our PCs and consoles and filming equipment and all the goods and fun lights and everything you can imagine in here. So this end we're going to have, we think, the desks. We're still trying to decide the exact layout. It hasn't got much to do to it really. It's a few little repairs in the wall and around the sockets. But other than that, like, it's not, the wallpaper's got to come off as well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, we could just paint it.
We could. It's not dreadful.
No.
But it would be nicer not
It
having
would be nicer not to have it, yeah.
It's one of those things where I imagine if we didn't take it down, we would regret it within 12 months.
Yeah. This room is not got much to do, but it's going to be really the main room of the house. More than the living room or kitchen or anything. This is where we're going to be spending most of our time. So it's really important that we make it nice and cozy and cute and do it proper as well.
Definitely.
When we came here last, like basically all the rooms didn't have floorboards. And it was just left like all exposed, but like, we can't film much. But next time we have more building work, we'll try and, you know, document more of it.
They've done a good job tidying it back up.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Our electricians have been absolutely brilliant, really, really good.
Got 2 big windows, so we've got plenty of light coming in, which is nice. Oh, we have so many plans for this room. We cannot wait to share it all with you guys. But right now, we can just show you the potential.
Yeah, it'll be a fun journey. And if you listen to our podcast, Creative Quest, you'll know that this is really tied into that, because where we've been living, especially for the past almost year now, we've basically been in one room. We've had like a downstairs kitchen, but due to building work where we currently are, we've had to combine our office and bedroom and like all our belongings into one room really. So it's really restricted the amount of work that we can do creatively. So having this house, having a space as ours and being able to build a sort of custom office is going to be, you know, massive really for future of all the nice fun things we're going to do.
Definitely.
All the creative adventures.
Yep, we've got a lot of plans, lots of ideas. And this room is going to be the hub for all of them.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, I reckon maybe once a month we'll do an update, because things, they happen quite slowly.
Yeah.
So if loads happens, obviously we'll do an update a bit sooner, but I reckon like a once a month check-in, because this is about 3 weeks since we got the house, so that makes sense. So yeah, if we do like a sort of once a month check-in, and yeah, we can just go over everything, and yeah.
Sounds good to me.
So excited. I just want to get painting.
Oh yeah.
I just want to paint.
Keep it moving. Got some intensive building jobs going on for the next couple of weeks. We've just had a appointment with the builder to show him all the problems.
Yeah.
And thankfully there were nothing that he looked at and said, you know what, I don't think I can help with that.
Yeah.
That's going to
Seemed
cost you
very
a lot.
Positive.
He did, didn't
he? So yeah, really keen to get going, and we'll do updates of what's happening. And when we make our office, we'll film like the setup of it, you know, the behind the scenes and all the cables, and we'll do, I'm sure, like an unboxing of all the books and the figures, and you know,
It's going to be
everything.
so much. We
Yeah.
cannot wait.
A lot of content coming. I mean, we've been more quiet over the past few months. It's been largely because of this and our day jobs. But hopefully in the next 2 months, everything's going to be looking very different, and we can, yeah, do lots more.
Absolutely. So, what did you think? Did you cry thinking about all the work we have ahead of us? Because we've cried. No, it's not bad. It's not
No,
bad. We're positive. We're excited. It's a good time. We're really
Yeah.
excited about all the things we can do with this place. It's going to be quite a road to get there, but it'll be so worth it when it's done. And we won't have anything holding us back then.
No.
We can just create everything.
No.
Everything we want.
This is like the next big step, like the next door to all the things we want to do are wrapped up in this house. So yeah, it's a little bit daunting, but it's mostly exciting. So yeah, it's fine.
Absolutely. What have we spent so far?
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Should we do like the house price?
Yeah.
So this house is a three-bedroom house. It's not really 3
2.5.
It's 2.5. But it's listed as a 3-bedroom house, and we have to pay home insurance for a 3-bedroom house because it's listed as a 3-bedroom house. So the house itself was £185,000. The deposit we had was £30,000. The home insurance for the house and the garden and the belongings in the house, even though it's not got belongings in yet, is £30 a month, I think it
About
is.
that, about 32 I think it came
32,
in. Yeah,
near enough.
pretty good.
So then we move on to building. We won't go over council tax and stuff because it's boring stuff. And it varies so much as well. But in terms of building work, so the electricians that we've had doing this whole house, we've had them for 2 weeks so far, and each week they cost £2,000, so they are £1,000 each per week. You can get someone who works on their own, but it's much quicker. Like it's the same price, because then it would have just
it'd take
taken
twice
4
as long.
weeks. So, you know, actually it's more in one go, but it's the same price overall. So yeah, the electricians have been £2,000 per week. So in total they've been £4,000 so far. And then the builder who did the ceiling in the kitchen was £150 a day, and he worked for 1 day to take that down and hit the kitchen out. So he was just £150. And then the builders that we have coming in soon, they are going to be £200 each per day. So we don't know the costs of how long it's going to take it. They don't know how long it's going to take yet, because it depends what's underneath. A lot of the wallpaper and plaster, you know, how much do they have to repair? So it's going to add up very quickly. So then the electricians are going to be coming back just for 2 days this week, and then once all the plastering's done, they will come back for 1 more week, and that's to actually attach like plug sockets, light switches, light bulbs. It's like the final
The wrap up.
fit, yeah. And then it's all done. So it's a lot of work, it is a lot, and we're going to try and do as much of it as we can as possible. So the concrete floor in this living room, we're going to try and pull all that up ourselves, because we can have a hammer and whack things.
That'd be great fun.
Yeah, the kitchen fit, thankfully, my mum and my stepdad, they've both owned a few houses in their life actually, and they've put together a lot of kitchens, so they're going to help us with that and teach us how to do it. But other than that, we'll try and do as much as we can as possible. The painting, decorating, we'll all do that ourselves. Putting things together, we'll all do ourselves.
Easy. We've got a team of volunteers ready.
Yeah, so it's just going to be the plastering, a bit of rendering, and the electrics that we have to kind of outsource. But yeah, other than that, hopefully, it's not going to be miles longer until we can begin to plan and move in. I'm hoping by winter, so it's July now, so we're on the 21st of July?
I think so.
The 21st, 22nd?
22nd?
22nd of July. So yeah, I'm hoping we can be in by October? Middle of October?
I'm gonna say November.
November?
Yeah, just to allow some padding time, buffer time in case there's delays. Yes,
Well, by my birthday,
Yep.
November 25th, how about that?
definitely. Fingers crossed for that.
We'll have our first Christmas here. As long as we can
cute.
decorate for Christmas, that's all I care for. So yeah, I think that, did I miss out any costs? We had a new lock. So when you buy a new house, you should get a new lock, really, because obviously you don't know who else has that key. So the new lock, we had 2 sets of new locks, and I think they together were 60 quid for the 2 different
terrible.
ones, which isn't bad. We need to probably get a new one for the back door, but it doesn't actually have a key that works for it, so the chances of someone else having it are low. And then all the cleaning products. So that's not like, you know, nice cleaning tidy ones. I mean like the bicarbonate stuff for the walls. They were £2 a bottle, was it? £3 a bottle?
£2.50? Yeah, split the difference.
And we've had to use 3 of them on 1 room so far. But other than that, I think...
Not terrible.
Oh, and the material costs for the electricians.
Oh, yeah.
So for the first week, the materials for all the cables, all the new, I don't know what you call it, the box.
Or fuse board?
That, you
that.
know, the thing that the
I know what you
cables go
mean,
into.
maybe not that one, but...
The first set of materials was £714, 700 something. And then the amount of material for the final fit, so all the lights and the outside light and all the sockets and everything like that. And we've got some nice gold sockets for the bedroom. All of that and the rest of anything else they need is 960. So it does add up.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Definitely. It's on now like $6,000, just shy. Wow. And then when they come with that last little cleanup, it should be the end of it.
Yeah.
So we're probably looking at just
Okay.
under $8,000 in the end. Which for it's a lot of money, it really is a lot of money. But for a job of that scale and the amount of work you've got to put in, and for how good a job they've done, and really quickly as well, to be fair to them, I don't think you're going to do any better than that, really.
No, and once it's done for decades. You know, we get a certificate saying how it's been done and that it's been tested and that it's a good standard. And that alone adds value onto the house. So even if we wanted to sell it tomorrow, we could do. And that's another thing to say of the price of the house. We got the house for 185, but it was listed for 215. So we haggled it down. And we did pay for a survey. We paid for a high tier survey, which was £800, but we managed to knock £5,000 off. So it paid for itself, really. Yeah. So that's definitely something I would recommend doing, is to pay for the highest tier. Because actually, you get to know a lot more about what problems you might have.
At first, we offered 180,000.
Yeah.
And the price had already been knocked down to 210. So it was quite a low ball offer, and they did say no. So then we tried 190,000 and they accepted. And then we found some issues with the house when we did the survey and everything. And that gave us the leverage to knock it down to 185,000. So it's definitely a bargain overall.
Yeah.
Saved $25,000 off the top of the cost.
Yeah. I definitely say if you're wanting to buy a house, especially a fixer-upper one, have some builder contacts that you can find before you put an offer in. So you're allowed to bring whoever you want to a house viewing. You can bring, you know, the plumber, the electricians, the builders. Find people, if you don't know them already, find people, bring them to the house viewing, have them have a look around and give you a price for how much things are gonna cost. Then when you go to put your offer in, you can go with like a document almost saying, this is how much I've been quoted for this, that and the other. These are the essentials. These are like, you know, nice requests. And then you have far more leverage, because realistically, anyone, you know, if you've got, say, asbestos, anyone buying the house is gonna have to deal with that. So if you're someone who already has it on paper, you're kind of better chances to get it. So that's what we did. We asked all our builders beforehand how much everything was gonna cost, priced it all up, sent that through, which allowed us to offer the low one in the first place. Then we had the survey, and then we could ask for even lower again to go back to that kind of nearer 180 mark. So yeah, definitely do your research and you know, have a look around and get quotes for stuff, because it does help massively as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the reasons we got a fixer-upper is that this house done up would be out of our price range. So by having a little bit more saved so that we can actually do the house up, that'll mean that we don't have to wait as many years to get the house. So that's the main benefit of doing it. And also, we can build the house to however we want. The layout, the colours, you know, how many plug sockets we have in each room, everything, the type of lighting.
Custom made.
Yeah.
Bit more money up front, but much less money over time than if we'd bought a house, you know, of this size and scale.
And it means we hopefully won't outgrow it as fast, because we're gonna design and build it to last for all the things we want to do over the next 5-10 years. Really, we'll have it kind of set up to be able to do a lot of those things, and so we're not here for 2 years and going, oh, we don't like it, we want to make one. So fingers crossed, that's how it's all going to go.
Absolutely, sounds good. I think that's about enough for today. That covers everything for now. We've given you a tour, we've given you an idea of the costs involved, an idea of the work involved, and an idea of how long it took to get from day one to actually having the keys in our hands.
Yeah.
6 long months of waiting and waiting and waiting. But we're here now, so we're gonna make the most of it. We'll, like we said, we'll update you with new little updates each month or so. Whenever we've got big updates worth sharing, we'll give you a tour of all the progress that's been made. And yeah, but for now, we've got to get back to work.
I would say, If there are any particular areas of the house that you want to hear more about, whether it's like specifically this property, what we went through when buying it, like the process of buying a house and all the stuff that you have to learn, because we're first-time homeowners. My mum had bought a house, but she bought it before I was born, so I had no idea anything that goes along with it, and it's been a real big learning curve. I know so much more now. So yeah, if anyone has questions on like any of the process, do give us a shout either in like the comments below or social media, you know, wherever you can find us, and we'll try and make sure that's included in sort of the upcoming update videos.
Perfect. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Cheers, take care.